Kappa's in front by 2 lengths here from Bacanali. Rangers, Jeff Fruit. King Kappa's in front, F Fruit down the outside, but in front in the line, King Kappa.
Welcome to this week's edition of the Final Gallop, proudly supported by Brisbane Airport Hotels Group. I'm Kiaarn Dickens. I'm filling in for Claire this week. I think she's celebrating a 21st birthday over there in Bali, so I hope you're enjoying that, Claire. While I put up with this guy here. Tony, it's great to be back into the stables. I mean, geographically, it's a little bit different from when I was here. We were, of course, across where the apartments are now. But tell you what, you've come a long way. You've got a massive establishment here and, yeah, plenty of staff on the ground. You're doing well.
Thank you, Kiaarn. Good morning, everyone who's tuning into the Final Gallop today. Yeah, it is a big difference from when you last left. And I'm sure as the show unfolds, Kiaarn will let you all know how she put me on the road to being in the situation I'm at right now.
I'll
There's
let
no
you
doubt.
talk. It's better coming from you, you know, because you're so well respected.
Oh, thank you,
I
Kiaarn.
must say, and I said this when I walked in, I will only say it once, this show is really popular, and this is my thinking behind why it's popular, and I will only say this once ever, but it's going to be caught on camera. You're a pretty good judge, but you know your horses, despite the size of your stable, like the back of your hand.
Thank you, Kiaarn.
So it's really reliable information everyone's getting.
It is, and hopefully we can hit the target again this weekend. We've been going pretty well with our selections of late. I think this weekend, a smaller team, a bit trickier, but hopefully we can hit the target for you all again this Saturday.
Okay, so it's Pink Ribbon Raceday down there at the Gold Coast. It's fantastic to have Metropolitan Racing back there on the course proper. And you've got 2 runners interstate as well, Freedom Rally and Comrade Rosa I speak of. So more about them shortly. Warby, he saved the day in the lucky last, getting out to a big track too at Eagle Farm.
Yeah, he did. It was a testing day. I expected, and no bagging here of Jimmy Robertson and his crew, but I expected a better Eagle Farm, to be honest. We're back in the True Eden race there for 8 weeks, and you know, distinct bias to that inside. It made life really tough, and it's the first week. I think in about 8 weeks we'd drawn some good gates, and then we got caught in the wrong part of the track a lot of the day, and I was a little bit disappointed how that surface raced. And you'll see that by a lot of the results on the weekend. Some double-figure winners winning there at Eagle Farm, and some short-priced horses getting beat, just not finding the right part of the track. Warby, he did save the day. He's much been the punter's nemesis and the bookie's favourite. But he got the job done. And for me, I know listening to Maxie talk about him after the race, it was like, did he want to win or not? I thought he'd never looked in doubt. He was always got the lovely run. Maloney only the 1 ride for the day, obviously a bit heavy earlier in the day. Just give him a beautiful run. He got 3 wide with cover the entire. And it was him and the horse he followed when battled away down the straight. I could always see that he was going to get him down. So, well done to Warby. He's a horse I really like, actually. He's a
I like him too.
Yeah, he's a good-looking horse, and I just think his racing pattern, when he gets back, particularly around Doomben and those sort of tracks, it just makes it hard for him.
Ipswich cut.
Yeah, his runs have been good without winning. So I love seeing horses like that break through, and particularly to give the punter something to cheer about late in the day.
Oh, certainly. Good old Warby. But we're forgiving of Hidden Wealth and John Rambo?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I think Johnny Rambo was a touch disappointing for what I think he can do, but he's just not getting the rub of the green. He raced on a very leader bias track and on pace bias as well at Doomben. It was tough to make up ground, and the leader got a picnic, and he ran home well. And then on the weekend, he's caught in the wrong part of the track. He did hit that bit of a flat spot. I'm not sure he's that comfortable over inside horses. I think he's better when you can get him out and get a bit of room, and hasn't been able to do that in 2 runs. So I've backed off him. He's going to have an easy week, and you might see him have a soft trial, and he's going to race at Eagle Farm in 4 weeks' time. I think we just got to get his confidence back up prior to getting back to the races.
Certainly. Nice horse moving forward. All right, let's jump in, and we'll kick off down in Sydney. They're racing there at Randwick. It is the Sydney Surf to Turf race day, and the rail's true. Good 4 with sunny days ahead. So we're racing in the Group 3 Bill Ritchie handicaps over the 1400 metres, and the big horse Freedom Rally lines up. You've got Natural Wheeler, Barrier 5, who've drawn nice and soft. He's about $7 in the market. I thought great return run. I had a look at it last night. I thought really doing his best work sort of inside the furlong late.
He was good. He just hit that bit of a flat spot, which you would have noted, which he can do. Done it here in Queensland. We've gone with the blinkers first time this weekend. We've been toying with this for some time. I'd been thinking about them for a while. James rode him up here in the Wayne Wilson, indicated a set of blinkers would really do him good because it was hard work that day to win. I know they ran time, but he made hard work of it. So we trialled him in
that day, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Yeah. But he was under pressure before the corner, very similar to what you saw at Randwick the other day. And I think when you go to that level, you just can't afford that chink in your armour. So we trialled him in a set of blinkers before he went away. So I've had him up my sleeve. We're going to use him this weekend. The only negative in him in this race here, which you'll know, Kiaarn, is the fact that the weight's just changed for him. He goes up in weight and he meets a few of the horses out of that race a little bit worse. But I think the blinkers is the key gear change. Nashra Willa, fantastic rider. The sort of rider that you would think is really going to suit a horse like Freedom Rally. The track is going to be very similar to what we got at Randwick the other day. There was a bit of criticism out of that meeting. That track was quite firm and quite fast. With good weather, I think you're going to see good ground. Whether it'll be that firm, I dare say the course curator will have to put a bit more irrigation on it. I think we're going to get good ground, but we know he can handle it. So ticks a lot of boxes. If the blinkers do the trick like we expect and what we saw at the trials, the horse can improve significantly.
Yeah, I agree. He's a big horse too, isn't he? So he would have taken a lot out of being first up.
He was just a little bit pretty in the yard, and just his last couple of pre-parade, you started to get a bit of foam between the back legs, and he just wasn't quite there. He had a very soft jump out his first one here at Eagle Farm on a really ordinary A-grass, and then he had the trial after, and I wanted to get 2 nice trials into him, and I was just probably half a trial short, and that was evident in his pre-parade. To look at him now from that run to this, he's really come on. He's where I need him to be. It looks 2 weeks out from the Epsom. He's got to run, first, second, third in this, or to warrant going to a good race like the Epsom. So he's on trial for a good race. Good
price, $27 off that nice soft draw. I think he'll suit a jockey like Nashra Willa too when he sort of likes to hit those flat spots.
Oh, absolutely. I just think the blinkers might alleviate that as well. But he's got a lovely racing pattern. He'll bounce, put himself in the first 4 or 5. He's going to give himself every chance, particularly Randwick on good ground. It can be that little bit trickier to make up ground. He's going to put himself in a good spot.
All right, the one rule on Sky is to not have your phone on, and I've ruined that here.
You broke that, yeah.
For my first episode here at Tony Gollan's. I probably won't be required back. All right, let's head to Melbourne. We'll go to Caulfield. Race number 10, you've got Comrade Rosa racing over the 1,200 metres. You've got the Magic Man on, Joe Marrero, drawn a little bit tricky. I thought she was a good run first up over the 1,200 too. Good through the line.
She was all right at Caulfield. She got herself stirred up in the gates. It was an awful day, like windy as hell down there. It was just a
coldest day on earth, you were saying?
No, that was Flemington last week. I didn't think it'd get any worse than
Melbourne
Caulfield. That day at Caulfield was pretty bad.
Yeah.
I didn't think it would get any worse. Flemington last week was worse with the hail and that. And she was actually at the races, and we spared her the indignity of running on that sort of ground. It doesn't suit her. So we took her home. She's worked well this week. She's gone back to Caulfield. So she did make it to Flemington. I scratched her during the meeting because of the downgrades. At the moment, it's a good 4. Hopefully it stays that way, or it doesn't get any worse than a soft 6. I think she will see a better performance than what you saw at Caulfield first up. She got herself quite worked up in the barriers. There were quite a few mares playing up in that. I don't know if you remember that race, but they unloaded a couple out. She was one of them.
Wallenby was in that race.
Yeah, there was a bit going on. She ran well. She followed Quintessential, got off its back and just couldn't sprint with it. And I was a bit disappointed because she's got a really good turn of foot and she's that kind of run. I think you'll see her way better on the weekend. This race is it's still a good race for a non-stakes race, but it's probably a marginal step down from that mare's race she was in the other day. The tricky bit is the barrier, but Caulfield's such a good run. You've only got down the side and you go around the corner, and I think if we can be 3 deep, Joe can have a 3 deep with cover, following something like the right horse, she can run very, very well.
That really sort of nearly offsets your barrier, doesn't it, Joe Marrero?
Well, that's what I'm hoping. I said when I seen the gate come out, I said the Magic Man, if he brings his magic, we're right. And he's such a, he's world class, isn't he? You know, he goes to all these different jurisdictions. He's a world class jockey, and for us not have this race on our radar until we scratched last week to be able to get him on. Just reading a write up on RaceNet or something like that. I think I seen that he was riding in Melbourne, and we're lucky enough to get him on board.
Yeah.
So we're very, very fortuitous to have Joe in our camp on the weekend, and he certainly do a good job on her.
Yeah, key engagement. All right, let's have a look up here in Brisbane. We're going to be down at the Gold Coast, back on the course proper, which is fantastic. It's had a provincial meeting run over it. And what was your assessment of how the track played?
Yeah, I thought it was good. We're going down for a good day too. The Pink Ribbon Cup Day. It's a great cause. It's something
great fundraising.
Great fundraising. Something we all should be getting behind. I think it's really good, and I love how the clubs do this time of the year. I think it's unreal. I thought the course proper race terrific. Really, really good. I thought when they raced there, the very first meeting leading into Magic Millions and the 2 Magic Millions meetings, I thought it was very fancy, very leader bias. But I guess that was sort of in the middle of summer. Different sort of weather conditions. I thought the other day, spring, or just coming out of winter into spring, I thought it raced much truer. It was a genuine provincial meeting, but I don't think we saw that really where you had to be hard on speed. So I thought that the track raced really well. I think you can only improve from that meeting into this. I think every week it goes forward now. the grass should get better and this track should continue to get better. But I thought it raced really well.
Yep, similar comments as well when I watched it, and I watched a couple of genuine horses with get back run on patterns, and they were well suited by the track. So yeah, it was great to see it playing like that. So looking forward to that meeting as well. I'll be on track there, hopefully tipping the card. All right, let's have a look at race 4. It's a cutest 3-year-old handicap over the 1200 metres. We've got Tipsy Tiger. Ange Jones will ride barrier 8 from 8 and about $9.50 and hit the line pretty well third up last start over at Doomben over the 11:10.
Yeah, she did. I went to Kilcoy with her and she got beat by the horse that runs second in town the other day in the same race. Very rarely do you see that Kilcoy form come through and they run second.
The Gatton form at the moment is hot
won
form too.
Yesterday. Because I think it's just how the meetings have shaped with with poly tracks and different things on. I think these meetings are actually stronger.
Yeah.
So I was a little bit concerned with her going to town the other day. I thought, it was obviously the favourite was the one to beat, and it got the job done, and it copped a bit of pressure too and still won, and it'll be probably the favourite in this again. But I thought off that run the other day, the way she hit the line, she got through the line well. The favourite going to 1200 and us going to 1200, we've still got a big disparity in the weights. I think we get ourselves a chance. What I don't love in this race is our barrier.
Yep.
I think it makes life tricky. Anne's going to give her a good ride. We were 1-1 the other day, getting a nice run off, an awkward escape, but we lobbed there nicely. I think here we've got to be pretty careful early. The last thing we want to be is 3 deep working in a race like this. So we might have to just be a little bit cautious early to get back, get a bit of cover one off. So whether I think we're in that second half of the small field, give ourselves a chance to run on. I've seen a trial like that. So early doors, I know she won the 800 her first day at Ipswich and she jumped and led, and that actually surprised me. She hadn't shown that sort of speed.
I remember being there that day, and even Andrew was a little bit surprised.
She
by
hasn't shown that
speed
sort of speed in the trials at all. She'd been more like a little bit tardy to go and happy to get off them and chase. So I don't think if I'm a little bit more negative than positive out and she gets back, I don't think it'll be a negative on her. I think she'll run through the line nicely. So I was reluctant to think about 1200 after Kilcoy, but I'm pretty confident she'll run a good trip out after what I saw the other day at Doomben. Yeah,
don't worry about the Kilcoy Gatton. I found vodka martini at $14 at Gatton in a maiden. Son of agitate.
Geez, we're going back a while now.
I am, but I just like to own that one because he's gone on with it. All right, race number 8 is a Class 6 handicap. So over the 1,000 metres, you did have 2 runners accepted with likely just the one to run, and that's Simbu, again, Ange Jones, drawn nice and soft, barrier 3.
Yeah, he's going really well. I think everyone gets worried about you back a horse now, or would like to tip a horse that was 20 to 1 the other day, and now it's $6.
Yeah.
But his win the other day was really good. He raced on quite a wet track at the Sunshine Coast. I don't think he handled it. He got his tongue over the bridle. We put a tongue control bit on him. He got back on good ground at Doomben, and he gave nothing else a chance the other day. And I thought he was good through the line. Yep. He never didn't look like the winner at any stage. You watch that replay 100 times. Yep. He looks like the winner every single time you watch it.
Really travelled well in transit.
Travelled great, and that's the sort of horse he is. He gives me a good feel. He's a really good little short course horse. He loves good ground. He's trained on. He looks phenomenal, the horse. Looks really, really well. So I can't see him running any other than well here. There'll be a few scratchings in the race. Give Giggles, the stablemate, was pre-post favourite when the markets come out. She will come out and run at Eagle Farm on Friday. So he will tighten up in the market and he'll run particularly well, this horse. I think he's my best chance on the card. Okay, race number 9 is benchmark 78 handicaps over the 1,400 metres, 3 runners, and this gentleman behind us, who's a lovely horse, Blakmax, super consistent as well. He's been lumped with a bit of weight now, so he carries 59 kilos, but offset that, you've got Emily Leng's 3 kilo claim. And again, drawn a little bit sticky, barrier 12. He does, but he's got that lovely go forward racing pattern. He puts himself in races. The other day, we crossed and led off a really wide draw, and that was a day to do it. Doomben was playing quite fancy at the time, and we rode to the biased, and he absorbed pressure early. He got a bit keen when he got there as well, but he still had a good kick in him, and he responded well to Emily, and she's riding in great form at the moment. So I don't think the barrier is a big deal for him as I go through the tempo of the race. I think he could negate that barrier and put himself in somewhere in the first 4. He's not a lead at all costs horse. He can sit outside lead, and matter of fact,
versatile, isn't he?
I think 1-1 suits him the best, to be honest, when he can be on pace with cover. But he's versatile enough. If he has to get out of that comfort zone, he can still race well. The key to him is good ground. If you watch him through, he's been going all winter, this horse. I mean, wouldn't know.
I was going to say, he's been up for a while, hasn't he?
You wouldn't know if you looked at him.
he looks
fantastic. Take the rug off him, he's gleaming. He holds condition really, really well because he does enough at home here. That's all he does. He's not a horse that wants to overstress himself. That's why he holds up to a prep, but he loves good tracks. You get him back on good ground. This is the time of the year last spring when he was winning these races in town and competitive every 2-3 weeks. And this will be the same again here. He's over the odds in 950, something like that. He can run very well.
Super genuine, isn't he?
Very.
Super genuine. Okay, Kronenbourg, who just really put it together last preparation. Hey, he didn't stop winning or running top 3. He'll have 61 kilos. Ange Jones, barrier 6. First up off a lengthy layoff.
Yeah, he's had a long layoff. I'm just going to think about him for the next 24 hours. What I do, I kick him off. I like the barrier. I probably like the run he's going to get. I just want to be sure I've got him fit enough. He's probably, if he goes to the race, he's probably a horse that can run well. But I could see condition just giving out a little bit late and sort of back me next time, sort of run about him. He looks good, but if anything, he's a bit too pretty.
Yep.
He's been off the scene for quite a while. No major issues. He had a bit of seedy toe actually in the hoof, so he's had to trim all that out, and it just takes a while for the hoofs to grow back. That's why he was out. So there's no bone issues or anything like that, no surgeries required. That's why he's been off. But he's in good order, but maybe a touch pretty.
Okay. Set to shine, likely to scratch as well from that barrier.
Probably see her up in Toowoomba, I'd say, next weekend. She's just a little winning machine at the moment. I don't want to put her into the situation, have to keep running off wide draws. I've got away with it a couple of times, but she's deep into a prep. I think we've got to pick our mark nicely.
Mountain Man, you'd be looking forward to getting up to
I am looking forward to getting back
weekend.
to the mountain, the old hometown next weekend on their big day. I love it.
You get really excited?
Always get excited to get home, Kiaarn.
Yeah, it's a good
As
day.
you when you get the
Oh, it's so good. It's there's nothing like it. I'll be up there at Toowoomba too, so looking forward to it. We're in the final furlong of the Final Gallop. Who's your best Metro winning chance on Saturday?
My best Metro winning chance on Saturday, I tossed up here.
Tricky.
It is tricky. I think I've got 2 really good chances, and they're both around about the same in the market, but I think one will shorten in. I'll go with the shortener. When Give Giggles comes out, Simbu will shorten. I just think he's going terrific. He's a versatile horse. Went to Rocky and won. Going to the Gold Coast won't bother him. I think he's a versatile horse with a good racing pattern, so he's my best.
Okay, best.
I tossed up with him in Freedom Rally.
Yeah, I was going to say, what about the big horse?
Yeah, I tossed up between the 2 of them.
Off your comments, I'm definitely going to have something on him at $7. Yeah, best each way chance.
I was going to go Blakmax because he puts himself in a position. I still think I will, but I'll probably tip the 2. I think Blakmax at 950 is way over the odds. That market might change. There might be a few more scratchings in that. But Freedom Rally at $7, Nashville Willa, Blinker's first time. The form out of the tramway will be very, very good form. They run a track record. It'll be good form, and he's only improved. So Freedom Rally and Blakmax, both each way.
Okay, and best of the other meetings?
The other meeting I'm going to go through this time will be Eagle Farm on Friday. We've got an unusual Friday meeting. We usually only have one of these, and it's usually later on in Doom, and it's around Christmas time. Yeah, it's a good meeting, that meeting, but they've put one on now. I think it's a great idea. They'll get a good crowd out here on a Friday afternoon. Where else would you rather be? In Brisbane Friday Arvo. Get to the races.
The only other place I could think of is the Breakfast Creek.
Yeah, well, why don't I come up the road and see the horses in full flesh? So
do the races first and then head that way.
Absolutely. So I think there's got a couple of really good chances there, but Give Giggles was a short price favourite here. Saturday is going to run there. I think she's my best out of the other meeting. And there's a horse called Castilian. I liked him the other day. He was narrowly beaten by Set to Shine, who just got a slightly better run than him. I think the big track of Eagle Farm, he's got it written all over him. I think he's a very good chance also. 2 good chances on Friday.
Okay, your best worker this week?
My best worker this week, if you ask Emily Lang, you wouldn't be able to go past Give Giggles. She loves that mare, and she's a sharp worker. She's a sharp horse. She does everything that sharp horses should do. So I'll go with Give Giggles. Bailey's very keen on Comrade Rosa, the way she went down there on Tuesday morning. She feels as good as the data come back on her was great. She feels good. And I know Maddie Barton with Freedom Rally, and I've seen footage of her gallop at Warwick Farm on the course proper. He's ticking over beautifully as well. So all their nice horses are working nicely as they should be.
Nice pieces of work from a couple of nice horses. Who was the winner of the week? It's got to be Warby, doesn't it?
Well, it's the horse of the week or performance of the week. So the winner of the week is Warby because he's the only one really that won on the weekend. And I am through with him. I can't go much further than Antino's performance in the Group 1 on Saturday.
He was fantastic, I thought.
Oh, so proud of him. The fact he could jump and put himself in a position, if he can continue to do that for the preparation, it's only a matter of time before he gets a good race.
Right.
You know, he's racing against the best horses in Australia over the distance, and he actually gave himself an opportunity to run well on the weekend, and that just sort of made my day, to be honest.
You're walking away knowing you had your chance, and obviously he's got a lot of improvement to come, but he must be so frustrating when he can be slow.
When he was slow away, he's been getting really frustrating, and I'm starting to think that, you know, the position he keeps putting himself in, it's going to be hard for him to win a good race. We've done a few things with him that obviously did the trick, and if that can continue to happen, I think we can go to the races now sort of in the sort of positivity that we can win a good race now with him. Whether it's a handicap of a Toorak or whether it's some other race along the way, whether it's, who knows where we end up with him, could happen in Perth later in the year, who knows. But he's a really nice horse, but now he jumped on the weekend. We'll get pretty excited going forward.
Yeah, sigh of relief. All right, it is time for Cav's Corner, which is supported by Brisbane Airport Hotels Group.
Welcome to Cav's Corner for this week. This week we will track the Friday at Eagle Farm. We'll go Meritu a win, into Castilian a win. Good punting, guys.
All right, Cav's Corner. Meritu a win multi into Castilian, Eagle Farm Friday. Thoughts?
Well, he's gone away from the Gold Coast. He's happy to stay home, Cav. He's going to look at the home ground advantage.
Is he on a
here.
winning streak? Or
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
It's a bit of a mock.
I think he's on a bad streak at the moment, but he's gone with two nice ones here. I feel for poor old Meritu. She's knocking on the door to win a race that he's tipped her. Like, jeez, that's the last thing she needs. Like, the form around is brilliant, even with addition, running a pretty close up third yesterday in a Class 2.
She was good.
That'd be pretty good form for a maiden 1300 on a Friday.
It was a really open race she was in yesterday too.
Yeah, so it's very good form for a 1300 metre, maiden here on a Friday. So she's in good order, Meritu, but she does not need the weight of Cav. That's a bit of weight. That's a bit of pudding on her back.
He got one of his two legs last week. He just missed with John Rambo.
Yeah, well, that's why John Rambo hit that flat spot, didn't it? Imagine that.
he was getting in the furling. Went,
imagine
that's right.
Imagine the weight of Cav on your back when you're starting to quicken. Not ideal.
Not ideal. All right, Tony, it's been a pleasure to host this week. Thanks for having me out here at Eagle Farm. Good luck on the weekend. And to connections who have horses racing up here in Queensland, of course, down south. And you will be headed to the Thoroughbred Awards Sunday afternoon. It's an afternoon awards this year. And what are we, like your 500th Metropolitan Premiership? Must be.
Well, first of all, say thank you for coming on hosting the show
That's
today.
not a problem.
It's been a lot of fun. It's always great having Kiaarn back in the yard here. It's like you never left, to be honest. So it's good having you back.
Do you think our views will go up?
Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure about that. If they go down, I won't be surprised. If they go up, I'll be shocked. So anyway, we'll go from there. But I think the weekend, looking forward to the weekend. I've already mentioned Pink Ribbon Cup. Great charity. Get behind it. Get behind the race meeting. Good to get on the Gold Coast. Shirt. Well, I'm not going. I'll be in Sydney.
Oh, you'll be in Sydney.
I'll be in Sydney, so I'll probably
That's all
avoid
right.
the pink shirt down there. But who knows?
Will Cav get the pink out?
Oh, Cav, if you see his shirt on the thing already today, you can wear anything.
Very Larry.
Oh, it's very, very Larry. Talking point. He'll tell you all about it. But I look forward to the weekend. Good weekends racing. Really hope we can crack it down south with a winner. We've been so close all carnival without breaking through yet. Gold Coast Pink Ribbon Cup, get behind it. Big meeting, Eagle Farm, Friday afternoon. Get out here, enjoy the horse racing. Thoroughbred Awards Sunday, it's our 11th premiership we've won. That feels like an eternity ago now. We're well into the new season. So, look, there's a few awards there going out with a couple of horses nominated for certain categories as well. Emily Lang, obviously Provincial Apprentice of the Year, just joined the stable this year. So there's a bit going on for the team on Sunday, and hopefully we can get a few awards and to really show all the good work the boys and girls do around the yard here. It's it's vitally important for them to get the recognition they deserve. So looking forward to a good weekend. And first of all, before we get to Sunday, let's roll some winners out Friday and Saturday.
Certainly. Good luck.